Hello, people. Welcome. Um, welcome everyone. Grab a coffee, settle in, and let's make something make sense tonight, please. I'm not here because I'm the world's greatest expert. I'm here because I've spent a lifetime asking questions, making mistakes, and figuring things out. But if by the end of the night, I know I'm being a little dramatic, one thing finally sticks for you, we've had a good evening. Hi, Jerry. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm always glad you're here. You're such a sweetie. Yeah. Robin. Oh my gosh, Robin. Hello, beautiful. It has been a long time. Where'd you disappear to? I'm sorry to hear that. Now make that make sense. Have you ever had someone explain something to you 3 times and you still couldn't get it? Then one person comes in, explains it to you a different way, and it's aha, I get it. I understand. It could be because they used an analogy that you can, I don't know, what's the word? Anyway, I've lost my brain and train of thought. And y'all know me, so if it comes back to me later, I'll get back to you. I had one of our subscribers ask me a question that she didn't know the answer to. She couldn't make it make sense. She asked me, why would a friend for many years say something bad about you or rude, thinking you didn't hear, but you did, and then not apologize? That's a good question. Hi, Louie. Welcome, guys. I'm sorry to hear that, Robin. I know what it's like to lose a parent. Actually, I lost both. But that's yesterday. You don't ever get over it. You get through it, but you don't get over it. Anyway, can you figure that out? Why would analogies work where explaining the facts don't? Oh, wait. Anyone? I'm giving you a chance for the YouTube delay to come through. Okay. Jerry says, I don't know why, but I agree. Louis, you should know if you're a YouTuber, if you want to advertise your channel, you should really ask the host or hostess of the one you're in now. And if you read the rules, we don't allow promoting, self promoting, unless it's people I know or you ask me. Gotta be nice about it. And yeah, that is weird that somebody would say something rude and they're a friend for a long time friend, she said. And I couldn't figure out why they wouldn't apologize. They thought she didn't hear, but then they were told or knew she heard. Still nothing. I'm trying to think of an analogy to make sense of that. I just can't. Yeah, I really can't. Hang on a second. We have someone who thought they knew better than us. Oh, Jerry, wrong person. Damn. I'm sorry, Jerry. Dang. Oh, please forgive me. I'm being my usual self. Robin says maybe the friend just doesn't care. I mean, it isn't human nature to apologize. I mean, I'll apologize to a chair if I bump into it. I can't help it. I don't know why a friend would do that. Me, if I said something rude about a friend and they heard me, or even if I thought they didn't hear me, and then they asked me about it, I don't know if she asked the friend about it, I wouldn't apologize. I'd say, well, I couldn't tell it to your face. You weren't here. I do that with Rebecca all the time. I love her. You've heard me talk about her behind her back, but it's in front of her because she could always replay this and see it. So I'm actually telling her, and she tells me too. We've both become better people because we're honest with each other, and that's the main thing. I'm sorry, Jerry. I didn't mean to time you out. Louis, it's just not polite. And I ask you not to do it again. Okay? Okay. Um, yeah, I don't understand that. I got a good one. Make sense of this. Why do beginners quit? Is it the fear of mistakes? Unrealistic expectations? Comparing themselves to experts wanting perfection soon? That's kind of like me with my painting. I can't help it. I want to be perfect in the painting that I'm doing. If I'm going for details, I want those details to be great. If I'm going for abstract, I want it to be flowing and mean something. Others do that. Why can't I? Well, but I'm not going to quit just because I'm a beginner. And yeah, it's been what, 2 years? Jerry, I don't remember. Yes, it is easier to quit. That's a good point. My name is Mickey. Louis? Mickey Sunshine? Yeah, we'll get back to that. You have to know, Louis, I laugh a lot. I'm dramatic. Aren't I, Jerry? I'm a drama queen? Yes. Okay. As long as I am, I want to be. See, I'm very honest with myself. I can tell myself anything that's wrong with me and change it with self awareness, with doing something different. Not always. I don't always succeed, but I try. But why are we afraid to make mistakes? That's a good one. Mistakes feel permanent. Thank you, Robin. But they're also educators. they're really teaching you what not to do. When you fail at something, at least you gave it a try and you did learn something from it. At least I would hope so. I've done a lot of things and failed at them, but I have learned what I can and can't do, what I need to put more of my attention to. I mean, look at me on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for what, 6 years? I took 6 months off and I lost all my viewers, except for the faithful few. I love you, Terry. I don't know if I'm awesome, but I think you are, Robin. God, I've missed you. But I came back and I'm not giving up because I failed once. Maybe I won't fail this time. We're having conversations, which is why I say grab a coffee or soda or a bottle of wine and just do whatever you're doing in your craft, whether you're diamond painting, crocheting, knitting, whatever you're doing, painting, like me, and just hang out with me, which is all I really want. Jerry says I don't put myself out there enough. I dislike failing so much. We all do. But putting yourself out there is like getting a new craft. You don't know if you're going to like it. You don't know if you're going to want to finish it. But you try. Same with putting yourself out there. Put yourself out there. By putting yourself out there, you're just opening yourself to new things and new adventures and who knows what else. Jerry, I think you said something a lot of people feel but don't admit. Sometimes we're not afraid of failing. We're afraid of being seen failing. There's a difference. Oh, thank you, Robin. I thought that was a great analogy too. Well, I do have a lot of silent watchers. Well, they watch replay, but that's okay. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Or if it runs its course, has anyone here ever quit a craft and then came back months or years later to pick it up again? What brought you back? Think about it. I'm getting tips from ChatGPT. I call him Charlie. And in a way, I'm cheating. I put a lot of my stories and things I want to talk about out there, and he's just feeding them back to me. Jerry says, Becky, you nailed it. I don't want to be seen failing. I worry too much about what others think. I used to be that way. I used to think, what are they going to think if I don't do this right? What are they going to think if they don't like what I'm wearing? What are they thinking about how I look, how I'm doing something, how I'm talking, whatever it is? I would see that as a failing, and I would think about it too much and worry about it. And then I learned Why? Why was I feeling this way? Why why was I worrying about what others think? Is it really important to you? Because it shouldn't be. That's a their problem, not a your problem. Um, I've had many people not like me, but I wanted people to like me. I was like that when I was younger. I want people to like me, and I worried that they wouldn't. My mother, who was an excellent example of poise and confidence, would tell me, what does it matter what they think? You don't know them. And if you know them, still, what does it matter? People are going to think about you and your failings and your successes and your crafts and your admissions the way they're going to think about you. It, it doesn't matter. They can't really hurt you. You could only hurt yourself by doing that. Yeah. Oh my. Oh my. My. Yeah, people don't get to decide who you are. The only opinion you can really work on is your own. If someone has constructive advice, listen. If they're just being unkind, forget about them. Like right now, I okay, my brain is going again. Tammy's here. Okay, we can start now. Tammy's here. I tease you about that all the time. How was work today? I hope you had a good day and not a miserable one. Talking about worry, let's talk about worrying. I worry about what I'm going to say tonight, what I'm going to talk about, because I'm taking the channel in a different direction. It doesn't matter if you craft or you don't craft. I craft, but that's my release. I want to talk to you about how I want to help people. If one person can come away with a little something tonight, yay! I succeeded. How much of what you worried about last year really happened? Yeah, life does interfere, Tammy, doesn't it? Of course, we all know I don't have a life, so I don't have to be bothered by things interfering. Unless I get sick or a migraine or have a really, really bad fibro day. Thank you. Worry borrows trouble from tomorrow and brings it to you today. Most of the time, it charges interest on something that never even happens. True? What's the one thing you used to worry about that turned out to be no big deal? I have a number of things that I used to worry about. I used I have a bad picker. I've talked about my ex-husbands before and boyfriends. I, I just have a bad picker. But every once in a while, someone comes along and takes my worry away. So I'm trying to do that myself. I'll take your worry. Give it to me. Grandkids, Tammy. Vacations. Ooh, I haven't had a vacation in a long time. Sick grandchildren are no fun. Sick children are no fun. Sick friends are no fun. Nobody's fun when they're sick. Think about it. Oh my, I just went on and on about worrying, didn't I? Okay, it feels. Okay, did I stay on topic? No. I'm trying to learn from my Jack. I'm trying to learn from my chat from Charlie. I told you he's my off-camera director today, or my teleprompter, or my memory. It helps. It helps. I have a whole bunch of notes. After my accident, when I had the TBI, I had to force myself to start writing things down because my memory was so bad. My short-term memory, I wouldn't remember things, and I couldn't make sense of anything at that time. My IQ went down. I had headaches. I had seizures. I had pain, and the short-term memory loss was about the worst. So I got into the habit of trying to write things down. Yeah, that doesn't happen all the time. Uh, oh, God. I don't know what I'm saying tonight. I'm mixing everything up. Now, Tammy says, I think we worry about things that when someone asks us what we worry about, we can't answer. Because it's a lot of things. But you have at least one thing that you worried about in the past that turned out not to happen. I worry I won't. I used to worry I wouldn't get this job. I was worrying if I couldn't finish this, get to the deadline on time. I was worried if this person didn't like me. I worried about what I was going to wear. I worried about where I was going to live, how I was going to pay for food, how was I going to pay for electric, how was I going to pay for the internet. I worried. You know what? Everything happened as it should, period. And Tammy, as we get older, our brain does slow down. It's not necessarily Alzheimer's or dementia. It's just while your muscles aren't as quick and fast as they used to be, neither are the synapses in your brain. Yeah, there's no prize for struggling alone. A notebook, a friend, or technology helps you, use it. Stop worrying. Things are going to happen the way they're going to happen. And actually, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about how another person feels about you. So we're trying to make sense of worrying. Why do we worry? Why do, I don't get it either. I don't. I have notes here that I'm overwriting. Shame on me. I got notes on notes on notes on notes. But what was it I wanted to say? I have it. I promise I have it. I have it here. I'm going to say it. Ah, yeah. Our brain, like I said, our brain slowed down. You didn't. Your doctor didn't tell you that that was natural. Tammy, your doctor should have told you. How old are you? Pardon my asking if you want to share. See, he did tell you that it's normal. He did tell you that this is what happens as we age. And I think I just gave a great analogy. Your muscles slow down, your circulation, your time. Things get slower and harder. And it's the same with your brain. Your brain uses these synapses to bring things to your attention that you're thinking about, that you want to retrieve. Doesn't always happen. How many of you keep notes or sticky notes or use a note app on your iPad or iPhone or phone or your Android, whatever? How many? Think about that. Or is it just me? I mean, I'm 72. I've had a TBI, traumatic brain injury, also known as brain damage. I have fibromyalgia, and the fibro fog doesn't help. And I'm getting older. I've won the triple derby. It's just the way it is. There's nothing I can do about it. Now, Jerry, you say you use your note app on your iPhone a lot. I actually, back in the day, I had a dedicated notebook type thing. I forget what it was called, where I could actually, write things that I needed to remember. I use that all the time. Now, because I can't even remember when things are needed, I write them into my calendar. That way, I know everybody's birthday. I know when all the holidays begin for anyone who's um, practices that. I keep track of everything, and I do it on my calendar. Now, Raman says she uses so many post-it notes on your desk, you should buy stock in the company. See, this is why I think technology helps us who have problems. Post-it notes all over your desk and all over your craft room and all over your house is good, but you can't take it with you, can you? If you have a little iPhone or an Android phone or a notepad, even if you want to go old fashioned and just write things down, nothing wrong with carrying around a notebook. I had to do that to remember people's names. I could remember your faces. You guys, I could remember your handles sometimes. But I couldn't remember names. It was probably actually beyond me. And yet I use Google Calendar too, Jerry. It's great. Sue! Hello, Sue! We already discussed the question you had. I thought you'd be here earlier. But you might want to listen back on the replay and take a look at it. I mean, let's see what else he's going to advise me of. I think one of the smartest things we can do is stop being embarrassed or worrying about the tools that help us. Glasses help us see, a cane help us walk, a note help us remember. They're all tools. And yeah, Robin, but then you forget, you see, you put it on a post-it note, then you forget to put it on to remember to look at it. That used to happen to me too. That's why I do it on my calendar. Because when it's on your calendar and you've got reminders on, it's going to pop up and remind you. And if it's not something you need to do right away, reset the date for when you might need it. I understand, though, that for a lot of us, the problem is not remembering what we need to do, when we need to do things, or birthdays or anything else like that. It's pulling words, remembering memories. Sometimes a memory gets lost, and then it comes to you a couple of hours later. I do too, Jerry. I have Alexa attached. Also, I mean, I love it. I'm always asking Alexa for what's the meaning of this? How do I write that? You lose them, Tammy. You lose paper notes. That's the problem. Unless you put it in a notebook. But that's kind of hard to do. If you put it in notes or Evernote or any other note taking program, you can set up categories. You can, I have memories that I've talked about before, and I wrote them down, and they're in my notes app. Now I can look at them, and the memory comes back, and sometimes I remember another little detail that happened. I have one for live streams. Put prompts there. Just what am I going to talk about tonight? How many times have I said that? Oh, you guys, you're so tolerant. But then again, like I said, I'm just sitting here talking. Hopefully, I'm keeping you company. Maybe I'm making you think about something. Maybe I'm helping you make it sense of something. And if you need help, I'm very good at making analogies. Don't ask me why. It's just a trait. Like someone is good at answering the phone. I don't know. Okay, I'm reaching. All right. What's the one little trick that you've discovered that makes life easier? I discovered the pod coffee makers. So much easier than making a full pot. I can have a cup of coffee whenever I want. And I usually just have one a day. Except my issue is like this morning, I woke up and I kind of stumbled into the kitchen. I put the pot on. I turned it on. I was I had to feed the cats because Dan was still sleeping. So I fed the cats, had to coax Oliver to come and eat and tell Jinx to leave his alone because she's always stealing food from him. And he's such a gentleman, he'll just let her. So there I am. I'm exhausted. I woke up with very little energy, but there I am expending energy again. And I have a stool in my kitchen that I sit on when I'm waiting for something, water to boil or make a cup of coffee or the toaster. So I sit down on the little stool, and my pod coffee maker is right there. I look over, and there's no cup. But it's coming down anyway. Coffee all over the counter. See, I hadn't had my coffee yet. So I just proved to myself I do need a cup of coffee in the morning just to think straight. Louie is back. Hi. Now, yes, that's very true, Robin. Ooh, Jerry's eyesight is poor. Magnifying light. Have I showed you my little peepers? I showed these to Rebecca, but we're getting off topic again, and I don't know if I'm going to get back train back on the track. What is it? Robin says, I have learned sometimes you just have to say, I don't give a darn, but I think that darn begins with SH. Just like things happen. Tammy agrees. Yeah, it's not worth worrying about. We go back to worrying. Why do you care what other people think of you or think? If they're a friend and you care that much, go up to them and say, what do you think? Isn't that what friends are for? To bounce ideas off? Or thoughts? Or vent to? Yeah. It's not easy to change habits. It really isn't. I'm sure some of you have heard the story of my quitting smoking. I had to get out of the habit before I tried to remove the nicotine addiction. Oh, Jerry, you've done that too? Jerry has done that with no cup before the coffee cup? Yeah, before the coffee. Tammy? Louie, you're 7 years old? Okay, sweetie, this is an adult channel, so you might not want to be here. You should ask your parents if you can. IDG. Oh, I don't give a fig. Yeah, that happened about when I hit my 50s too. Though it was in my 30s that I stopped worrying about what people think of me and if what someone likes me. I don't care. You don't like me, you don't like me. It's all right. I don't need an audience. I don't consider this an audience. I'm talking to you as a friend. And I'm just like, we're at a party and I'm just chattering away because I'm chatterbox. And sometimes some wisdom drops out of my mouth. And sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's just random. Yeah, I agree with you, Jerry. I mean, if you're only 7 years old, you really should not be here. And I should kick you out. I don't have a moderator here. How come? Ooh, I can't do it from here anymore. Not from StreamYard. StreamYard is so limited. All right. Ramen says, my mom always said, if people don't like you, it's their loss. Right. You are awesome. And it's their problem, not yours, you know? Sounds like a me, you problem, not a me problem. Yeah, I think that's why I really enjoy these chats. We're not trying to solve all the problems in the world. We're just sharing what we learned along the way. That's the reason I ask questions and would like you to answer so we can have a conversation together, share what we know, what we've done. Thank you, Tammy. Your moderator. StreamYard doesn't show me who my moderators are. Shame on them. I'll be switching to OBS soon, I hope. Charlie's going to help me. I swear. I'm kidding. And there goes my water. Oops. Wow, it's metal. That thing made a sound. I gotta get back in position. Sometimes I say funny things and I crack up, and sometimes I do stupid things and I crack up. Robin says, all of you are helping me tonight. I'm going through a lot of stuff with my hubby, and you all are helping me so much. But you're always welcome to contact me and say, vent, ask a question. Everybody knows I'm a busybody. You know, I've had a lot of jobs, done a lot of things, failed at a lot of things, succeeded at some things, but I learned a lot, especially about human nature. I learned that people think, very often, people think the same as I do. They're no different than me. Things irritate them, things irritate me. There are things I like, there are things they don't like. Same for dislike. We all pretty much think the same way, except some of us don't have common sense, but that's another topic. Okay, what am I doing here? Not everyone is going to be your kind of person. Oh, good questions he's asking. But that's okay. Robin says, I remember when I first met you. I do too. Oh, she loves me. Somebody loves me. That's nice. You know me, I'm a dramatic drama queen. But that's okay. That's me. Married for 35 years. You're right. You will figure it out. I try and live without expectations. If you have expectations, inevitably, you're going to get disappointed. If you have battery none, at 40%. My iPad. If you have none, then you'll always be excited about what does happen. It's funny. I learned a little saying that said men marry women thinking they won't change. Women marry men thinking they'll change. Neither happens. It just doesn't. But it's life. And you gotta love life. You have to embrace it. You have to keep it. You have to just live it. And don't worry about what anybody else. That's their life. You don't have to agree with everybody. You don't have to like everybody. There are some people that I don't like. What my mother told me when I was in high school and I had a little group of friends, most of them gay. Don't answer me. I was one of those. Anyway, it was Manhattan in the 70s. And one person just didn't like me and used to say all sorts of nasty things of me. And I'd come home to my mom and I'd tell her about it. And she'd say, you have to do one thing. I said, what's that? She said, ignore them. It'll drive them crazy. If you say something to somebody and they ignore you, you can get very annoyed. So I went back and we were at lunch and this guy says something about me. I turned to my friend Sasha. I said, did you hear anything? I did. I heard a buzzing. I totally ignored anything he said. It was wonderful. He got so mad he walked away. My mother was indeed a very insightful woman. Yeah, she was also one of the most beautiful women I've known. She just had that inner beauty and confidence. Just looking at her, you knew here's a woman who is all woman and no nonsense. But she used to say to me, do what I say and not what I do. So I listened to her. except for smoking. She used to smoke, so that I did what she did. It was fun. What can I say? It's the way it is. Okay, my notes are getting so mixed up here. Where am I? Ah, all right. Before you go, because we're going to end soon, here's my question for everyone. Even if you're watching it on replay, what's one thing in life you've never been able to make sense of? Leave it in the comments. Maybe I'll come up with a good answer. Maybe I won't. Maybe someone else will come up with a good answer. Maybe they won't. You never know. My mother used to say, you may be the best piccolo player on the planet. You just have to try the piccolo. I didn't want to try the piccolo. But she's right. You don't know. Until you do something, you don't know if you can do it. And thinking that you can't do it before you try gets you nowhere. Like they say about games, you can't win if you don't play. All right, we're talking about making it make sense. And I want to thank all of you for being here. And we all know my memories don't come in chronological order. They wander in. What's that? That was a good one. I said that. They wander in carrying props, a dress, a recipe, a car, a computer, four songs on the radio, one, one memory usually pulls another behind it. And all these memories put together comprise you. What's the sense if you don't listen to them? So I'm going to leave you with one one thing. Ooh, something happened. Ah, I want to thank you for spending part of your evening with me. I really do often leave these chats thinking of something to think about, even from what I'm saying myself, even from my own words. They trigger thoughts. Ooh, remember to be good, be kind, be nice, be wonderful, and be safe. Until the next time, arrivederci.